Today, we would like to present our topic about the mathematical analysis of a smartphone charging behavior. Before we begin, let us introduce our group members.
My name is Nur Aina Balkis binti Muhammad Syafarid. I will be presenting part on the introduction and objective.
My name is Nur Aina binti Fauzi, and today I will explain the differentiation concept and some parts of the analysis.
And my name is Siti Nur Hidayah binti Zainuddin. And I will continue with the discussion and conclusion of our presentation. Now, let us begin with the introduction of our topic. Okay, hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss a non-routine mathematical problem related to smartphone charging. So we choose the topic because smartphones are used almost every day by everyone. So people charge phones daily but rarely think about how the charging process actually works. Sometimes we notice the battery increases quickly at first but becomes slower near the end. Through this discussion, we want to explore why this behavior happens.
Yes, that situation is very common. When we charge our phone, when the battery is low, the percentage seems to increase quite quickly. But when the battery reaches around 90% or more, the charging suddenly feels very slow. Many people become impatient when they see this happening. However, this behavior actually follows a predictable pattern. Mathematics can help us explain this pattern more clearly.
This is where the concept of rate of change became important. Rate of change helps us understand how the quantity changes over time. In this case, the quantity that we observe is the battery percentage of the phone. So, by studying how the battery's percentage increases, we understand the charging behavior better. This approach shows that the charging process is not random, but follows a certain pattern.
Okay, before we begin our discussion, we would like to present the problem statement of our topic. In our daily life, almost everyone uses a smartphone, and charging the phone battery has become a very common activity. When people charge their smartphones, they often notice that the battery percentage increases very quickly at the beginning of the charging process. For example, when the battery level is very low, the percentage may rise from 10% to 30% within a short period of time. However, as the battery level gets higher, especially when it reaches around 80% or more, the charging process starts to slow down. This situation makes many users curious about why the charging speed is not constant throughout the charging process.
Because of this observation, many people start to question whether the charging process follows a specific pattern group. Users may wonder why the battery charges quickly at first but becomes slower as it pushes full capacity. For example, as 98%, it will become slower. So some people may even think that there might be technical issue with their phones. But in reality, this behavior actually follows a certain pattern that can be explained through mathematics and science. So, understanding this pattern is also important because it helps us how mathematical concepts can be applied in a real-life situation, especially in technology that we use every day.
Therefore, the problem that we want to explore in this presentation is how the charging of a smartphone battery change over time. So, we also want to understand whether this change can be explained using mathematical concepts, particularly differentiation and rate of change. By studying this equation, we can better understand how mathematics help explain real-world phenomena. This problem will guide our discussion as we analyze how the charging rate behaves and how the mathematical idea can be used to describe the process more clearly. Next, we would like to explain the objective of our discussion. The first objective is to understand the concept of rate change in a smartphone charging. In mathematics, the rate of change describes how one quantity changes with respect to another quantity. In this case, we are interested in how the battery percentage changes as time passes during the charging process. By understanding this concept, we see how mathematics helps us explain the change that occur in our daily life situation.
So the second objective is to analyze the relationship between charging time and battery percentage increases as time goes on. But increase does not always happen at the same speed. Sometimes the percentage increases quickly and sometimes it increases more slowly. By analyzing this relationship, we can observe how the charging process behaves over time and understand the pattern that occurs during the charging period.
The third objective is to identify when charging process is the fastest and when it becomes slower. From our daily experience itself, we often notice that the charging speed is faster at the beginning and it becomes slower when the battery is almost full. Through the discussion, we will try to identify the point where the charging rate starts to decrease. So this will help us understand how the rate of change varies throughout the charging process. Now we will get into the differentiation concept. To understand this behavior, we use the mathematical concept called differentiation. Differentiation is the study of rate of change of a quantity with respect of another variable, which is usually time. In our situation, the quantity that changes is the battery percentage of the smartphone, while the variable we are observing is time during the charging process. So, by using differentiation, we can analyze how fast the battery percentage increases at different moments while the phone is being charged.
In simple terms, differentiation helps us measure how quickly something is changing at a particular moment. For example, when we start charging phone with a very low battery level, the percentage often increases quickly. However, when the battery level becomes higher, especially when it approaches full capacity, the increase becomes slower. This change in speed can be explained using the concept of rate of change in differentiation. Through this concept, we are able to understand that the charging process does not happen at a constant rate.
Therefore, differentiation allows us to study how the change rate varies throughout the charging period. Instead of looking at the total time needed to battery percentage change at specific point to fully charges the battery, we can focus on how the battery percentage change at specific points in a time. So this helps us explain why the charging process appears fast at the beginning but very slow when the battery becomes fuller. By applying the mathematical concept, we can clearly see how differentiation helps explain real-world situations such as a smartphone charging.
To analyze the situation, we apply a mathematical strategy based on the concept of rate of change and graphical analysis. In mathematics, graphs are often used to help us visualize how one variable changes with respect to another. In our case, the two variables involved are time and battery percentage. Time represents how long the phone has been charging, while battery percentage shows the amount of energy stored in the battery. By observing the relationship between these two variables, we can better understand how the charging process behaves over time.
The first step in this strategy is to observe how the battery percentage increases as time passes. When a phone starts charging from a low battery level, the percentage usually increases quite quickly. If we record the battery percentage at different times, we will notice that the increase is not constant. Sometimes the battery may rise rapidly, but sometimes, while at the other times, it increases more slowly. By collecting and analyzing this information, we are able to identify the general pattern of the charging process.
Next, we will interpret the shape of the graph that represents the charging process. If we plot time on the horizontal axis and battery percentage on the vertical axis, we will obtain a curve that shows how the battery level will change over time at the beginning of the charging process. The graph is usually steeper, which indicates the charging rate is very high. So, as the battery approaches full capacity, the graph gradually becomes flatter. This means that the charging rate decreases as time goes on. Through this graphical analysis, we can clearly see how mathematical concepts help to understand the behavior of smartphone charging in a more systematic and logical way.
For this session, we're going to talk about our goals. The first goal is to understand what we mean by the rate of charging. The rate of charging refers to how fast the battery percentage increases at a particular moment. Instead of only looking at the battery level, we look at how quickly it charges. If the rate is high, the battery percentage increases quickly, but if the rate is lower, the battery percentage increases more slowly.
So, in simple terms, the rate of charging tells us how fast the battery is filling up. It focuses on the speed of the increase rather than the battery level itself. This means the rate can change during different stages of charging. At some moments, the battery may increase quickly. At other moments, the increase may become slower.
Wait, does that mean the charging speed is not the same at all?
Yes, that's correct. The charging speed can depending on the condition of the battery and how full the battery already is.
But why does the rate change during charging? Shouldn't it just increase steadily from the beginning until it becomes full?
Actually, the charging process is designed differently. At the beginning, when the charging level is low, the phone allows a higher charging rate so the battery can fill up faster.
So that means the battery is almost full. The phone will slow down the charging speed.
Yes, exactly. The charging speed becomes lower when the battery reaches the higher percentage.
From our personal experience, we can observe this behavior clearly. When the battery level is very low, the percentage increase quite fast. But it will jump from 10% to 30% within a short time. But when the battery reaches around 90%, the increase becomes more slower. This observation shows that the rate of charging is not constant.
Oh, that explains why sometimes the last few percentage that take longer to reach 100%.
Yes, that is exactly the idea we want to highlight today. The charging rate is usually highest at the beginning. As the battery becomes fuller, the charging rate gradually decreases. This pattern is common for devices that use lithium-ion batteries. The design helps balance efficiency and battery safety. Our second goal is to identify when the charging rate is the fastest. In most cases, the fastest charging occurs at the beginning of the charging process. When the battery is low, it can accept energy more easily. Because of this, the system allows energy to flow in the battery more quickly. As a result, the battery percentage increases rapidly.
So does that mean the first few minutes after plugging in are the most important for charging?
Yes, exactly, Talia. That is when the battery charges the fastest. This is why even a short charging time can make a noticeable difference.
But why does the battery accept energy more easily when it's low? Does it have something to do with the battery design?
Aina, it's related to the design of lithium-ion batteries. When the battery is nearly empty, the system allows higher current flow, so it can charge quickly without harming the battery.
So that explains something we often notice in daily life. When we plug in the charger with a very low battery, the percentage rises quickly. Even charging for a short time can give a noticeable increase. This can be helpful when we are in a hurry. A short charging period can still provide enough battery for some time.
I have experienced this situation before. Sometimes my phone battery is around 20%, but before I leave home, if I charge it about around 10 to 15 minutes, it can increase significantly. The extra battery can help my phone last longer during the day, so understanding the faster charging stage is actually useful.
So we can say that knowing this fastest charging stage helps us plan when to charge, especially if we are in rush or something like that.
Exactly. It helps us manage our charging time efficiently. We can get the most battery in the shortest amount of the time if we understand when the rate of charging is fastest. For the third goal is to understand when the charging process starts to slow down. As the battery becomes more full, the system gradually reduces the charging speed. This happens to prevent overheating and protect the battery cells. Charging too quickly near full capacity could damage the battery itself. Therefore, the system slows down the process intentionally.
So the battery doesn't always charge at the same speed even if we keep it plugged in.
Yes, that's correct. The system intentionally slows down the charging as it nears full capacity.
But how does the phone know when to slow down? It is automatic or not?
Exactly. The charging system is designed to monitor the battery level and adjust the charging current automatically. It ensures safety and prolonged battery life.
This explains why the last few percentage always take longer. Sometimes when my phone reaches 95%, it takes quite a while to reach 100. Before learning this, I thought there might be a problem with my charger, but now I realize that it's actually part of the battery protection system. So the phone is simply trying to protect the battery.
Oh, so it's actually normal for the charging to slow down at the end? That usually, understanding the behavior helps us become more patient when we charging our phone.
So does this mean the battery will last longer if you don't try to force it to charge faster near full?
That's correct, Daya. The slowdown near full charge is normal and expected. It shows that the charging system is designed carefully. This design helps maintain battery safety and longevity.
So now, we don't have to worry about the last few percentage taking time. It's just the phone doing its job to protect itself.
Interesting. Right. Yeah.
Sama je kan?
Lama je. Satu, dua.
Now, we will discuss the next part, which focus on the battery percentage and charging efficiency. Many people wonder how many battery they will gain after charging for a certain time. For example, someone might ask how much battery they get after 30 minutes of charging. This question is important for people with a busy schedule. Understanding the charging pattern can help us estimate the battery level.
So, Aina, does that mean we can roughly know how much battery we'll have after a short charging period? Even without exact calculations?
Yes, exactly. By understanding the charging pattern, we can make a reasonable estimate of battery gain.
But the charging rate changes over time, right? So how accurate can our estimation be?
Good point. Our estimation won't be exact, but it is useful for our approximation. For instance, say we're charging faster at the beginning, a 10 to 15 minute charger where the battery is low can still give a noticeable increase.
Yes, especially for students who may not have much time to charge their phones. Sometimes we only have short breaks during the day. In these moments, we want to know whether charging briefly will help. Estimating battery percentage can guide our decision. It helps us use our charging time more effectively.
Even without exact calculation, we can still understand the general trend today. So since the battery charges faster at the beginning, short charging periods can still give noticeable results. This is especially true when the battery level is low.
That's correct. Knowing this pattern can reduce worry about battery life. It also helps us plan charging more confidently.
So, if you understand the battery's behavior, you can make smarter decisions about when and how long to charge. That's very practical in daily life.
Oh, I like that. It shows we don't always need a full hour of charging. Even short, plain charges can be enough sometimes, I guess so.
For my second goal, I want to discuss about the maximum charging efficiency. Charging efficiency refers to how much battery percentage increase within a certain time. If the battery increases a lot within a short time, the efficiency is very high. If the increase is low, the efficiency becomes very low. Understanding efficiency helps us know when the charging is more effective.
So, I know. Does this mean charging efficiency is basically how worth it a charging session is?
Yes, that's a good way to put it. High efficiency means we get more battery in a less time.
So, is this why charging when the battery is low feels more useful?
Exactly, when the battery is very low, the charging efficiency is higher because the battery can accept more energy quickly.
Such is closely related to the faster charging stage we discussed earlier. The efficiency is highest at the beginning of charging. That is when the battery gains the most percentage in the shortest time. Later in the charging process, the efficiency decreases. This happens because the charging rate slows down.
So, if someone wants to use their charging time wisely, it is better to charge when the battery is low. So, charging at low battery levels provides the greatest benefits. Changing when the battery is already almost full is less efficient. So, understanding this idea helps users charge their phones more effectively.
Yes, and knowing this can help people plan their charging schedule better, especially when they are in a hurry.
That makes sense, Aina. It shows that even short charging session can be very effective if done at the right stage, right?
So, maximum charging efficiency happens at the start and it gradually drops as the battery fills up. That's important takeaway.
Yeah, good.
For my final goal for this session is analyzing between the relationship, time and battery percentage. This relationship is not a straight line. At the beginning, the battery percentage increases quickly. As time passes by, the increase becomes lower. This means the charging process gradually stabilizes.
So Aina, does this mean the battery charges fast at first, but the speed naturally decreases over time?
Yes, the battery doesn't charge at a constant speed. It slows down as it fills up.
Oh, so if we imagine this on the graph, how would it look?
The line will be steep at the beginning, showing a rapid increase. Later, the graph becomes flatter, which indicates the charging is slowing down.
Correct, Maya. This visualization helps us understand how the charging process works over time.
So, the shape basically reflects how the charging system balances speed and safety.
Yes, Daya, the phone charges quickly when it's safe to do so. Then it will slow down as the battery becomes nearly full. This behavior protects the battery while still providing efficient charging.
That makes sense, actually, Aina. The graph shows both efficiency and protection at the same time.
Wow. So now I understand why the battery percentage jumps quickly at first, but then takes longer near 100%. It's all part of the design.
Exactly. Understanding the relationship has helped us plan our charging session better and be patient whether the battery is nearly full.
So now, I will discuss the final section about charging time and battery health. One important question is how long it takes to reach a certain battery level. So, many experts recommend keeping the battery between 20% and 80%. This range helps maintain better battery health. Charging within this range reduces stress on the battery.
I have heard that recommendation before as well. Many people say it helps extend battery lifespan. But why exactly is this range better than charging to 100% all the time?
Oh, and it's a good question. Extreme levels, either very low or fully charged, but put more stress on the battery. Staying within 20% to 80% reduces the stress and helps the battery last longer.
So, if we know how long it takes to reach around 80%, we can plan our charging session more effectively, right?
Exactly. People may not need to charge their phones fully every time. Charging to around 80% might already be enough for daily use. So this approach also protects the battery in the long term.
That makes sense. It also explains why sometimes quick charges are better than charging overnight every day.
Yes, and it shows that charging smartly is more important than just charging to full. Knowing the right time and battery level can make a big difference for battery health of our phones.
Yeah, right, Myra. By understanding the time needed to reach a certain battery percentage and keeping it in the recommended range, we can balance somewhere convenience and battery longevity.
So, in short, it's not always about getting 100%, but about keeping the battery healthy while having enough charge for daily use.
Exactly. Planning and monitoring charging can make our battery last longer while still giving us enough power throughout the day.
Next, we consider when the charging process becomes very slow. So, this stage happens when the battery is almost full. So, the system carefully controls the energy entering the battery. This helps prevent overheating and damage. As a result, the charging speeds become much slower.
So, Daya, this is the stage where the battery seems to take forever to reach 100%, right?
Aina. Oh, exactly. So the charging slows down intentionally to protect the battery.
But why does the system slow it down so much at this point?
It's mainly to prevent overheating and to avoid stressing the battery cells. So charging too fast near full capacity could reduce battery lifespan or even cause damage.
Although this stage may be inconvenient, it actually protects our battery. The slow charging ensures that battery remains stable. Without this control, the battery might be damaged, so the slower the speed is actually beneficial.
Understanding this helps us appreciate the design of modern batteries. The system is designed not only for speed but also for our safety. This balance ensures the battery lasts longer. It also gives the device functioning properly.
Exactly, Myra. Knowing this makes us more patient when the last few percentage takes longer. So it's part of the battery's intelligent design.
So, the slow charging at the end is a feature, not a problem. That usually.
Yes, it shows that battery technology considers both efficiency and safety, which is why modern devices last longer with a frequent charging.
Okay, finally, we discussed how to optimize charging habits. One good practice is charging when the battery becomes relatively low. Another is avoiding leaving the phone plugged in for very long periods. It is also helpful to keep the battery within a moderate range. These habits can improve battery lifespan.
So, Daya, that's basically about reducing stress on the battery, right?
Exactly, Aina. By following these habits, we can make the battery last longer and stay healthier.
Is it recommended to avoid charging for a very long period like overnight, Daya?
Charging for too long, especially after reaching full capacity, can stress the battery and reduce its lifespans. That is why keeping it in a moderate range is better.
Many people follow this practice without fully understanding them. Through this discussion, we see the reasoning behind them. The mathematics of charging explain why these habits are recommended. This understanding make the advice more meaningful. It helps users make informed decisions.
Overall, mathematics helps us understand the behavior of every technology. Something as simple as charging a phone can involve interesting mathematical ideas. By analyzing patterns and risk of change, we gain deeper insight. This shows that mathematics is useful beyond the classroom. It helps us understand the world around us.
Exactly, it's fascinating that something so ordinary like charging phone can teach us about rates, efficiency, and optimization.
And by understanding this concept, you can make smarter decisions about how we charge our device every day.
Yes, it's a smart example of how mathematics connect to a real life, showing that learning is practical, not just theoretical.
Okay, we will go to importance of the study. Okay, this topic is very important because smartphone charging is part of our daily life.
Besides understanding the mathematical explanation, we also want to connect this topic to real life situations. For example, sometimes we only have short time to charge our phones before leaving somewhere. In that situation, Many people wonder whether charging for a short time will really increase the battery level. Understanding charging behavior helps us make better decisions and manage our phone usage more effectively.
These studies also shows that the mathematical concepts such as differentiation and rate of change can be applied to real life situations. Many people think mathematics is only used in classroom, but actually it helps explain many things that happen around us.
To conclude, our discussion explored the behavior of smartphone charging. We learned that the charging rate is highest at the beginning and slows down as the battery approaches full capacity. So this behavior is designed to balance efficiency and safety. So understanding this pattern helps explain many experiences we have when charging our phones. It also helps us make better decisions when charging our devices.
We also discussed how battery percentage relate to time and efficiency. The early stage of charging provide the greatest increase in battery percentage. Later stage becomes lower to protect the battery. This pattern explains why short charging period can still be useful. Understanding this relationship helps us plan our charging habit.
Finally, we explore how charging practices affect battery health. Keeping the battery to moderate levels can extend its lifespan.
I think that's all from us.